Okay, let's go to a personal favorite of mine. I think this is the time because Bob Sanders. You Ed Reed is my greatest safety of all time, but my favorite safety of all time, it can arguably be freaking Bob Sanders,
In your
man.
heart, if you were doing this
Yes.
by your heart, where would Bob Sanders go?
He would
S
be
tier?
S tier. He would be S tier.
I
Look,
know. I
I
know.
tell people this all the time, Max. When I first started watching football, I was a huge Colts fan. A lot of people would think it was the Raiders. The Raiders sucked. The Raiders been sucking. So yeah, I was a Raider fan, but the team that I feel like if my brother and my dad weren't Raider fans and I just was one of those kids, I mean, kind of like Max. Like Max played Madden when he was younger. The Eagles were good when he started getting into football. The Eagles became his team and he stuck with them. I feel like if I didn't have an influence on Raiders, I would be a Colts fan because when I started watching football, it was Peyton Manning. It was Bob Sanders. I was in love
Yeah.
with Bob, bro. Like Bob was that guy. And he was so essential for the Colts. He was one of
To
like
get
if
over the hump.
yeah, like if we had a podcast at the time and we were like big betting guys, Bob
A lot of
Sanders
glaze to Bob.
Bob Sanders would freaking control the point spread. That's how valuable he was to the Colts. When he played, they were a completely different team on defense.
Yeah, no, he was one of the reasons they got over the hump finally. Like he
Yeah.
brought an edge to that defense. He won Defensive Player of the Year. And again, Defensive Player of the Year for a safety is special to me. Like you have to be special as hell to win a Defensive Player of the Year at safety.
Yeah.
Same thing at corner. Like it's an award made for linebackers and edges and pass rushers. So to win one for them, and it's the year they won the Super Bowl, 2007, the year he won it. He was a huge part of it. Again, the injuries just derailed his career. He was
Yeah.
constantly hurt.
Yes.
Constantly. I think I put in one of the slides, like, I think he missed 44 games. That is like 67 or something.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous. And it's just like, damn, man. Like, how many years could the Colts have maybe gotten over the hump if he played? Because this isn't like a guy who was just good. He was arguably the best safety in 2007. He was.
Yes.
He won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I mean, in my heart, I want to put him in S, but my brain's telling me he's got to go like
B.
bottom.
I'm feeling B. Honestly.
Yeah, B or the top of the C. Like because when he played, he was so special.
Yes.
He was like he kind of reminded me of Earl, but he was like more hair on fire than Earl. Like again, if you watch him play, you'll be like, oh, I see why he got hurt.
Yeah.
I see why.
He played with reckless abandon, man. Like
like pulling guard.
He was so small. He was like what, 5'9", 5'10", something like that.
I don't even know
if
let me look it up.
But he was a munchkin playing safety. He was small as hell.
5'8", 200 pounds.
5'8", but he laid the wood on people. Like he would smack people
like I
on
said,
the field.
Pulling guard. No problem. Got him.
And it's why he missed so many games. You know, part of it is because he was small. He was a small guy. He played crazy, hair on fire. So he was bound to get hurt. But I'm telling you, man, I don't think the Indianapolis Colts win that Super Bowl in 2007 without Bob Sanders. I say that with very much confidence.
They don't get there. They don't get there without him.
Yeah. And people don't remember how bad that Colts defense was without him. It was glaring, like run and pass defense. They were terrible without Bob Sanders. So I'm going to put Bob at B for now. Maybe we'll switch it up. But like me and Max said, in our hearts, we want to put that boy at S. I ain't even going to lie, man. He was a fan favorite, dude. It's just, you got to be there watching Bob Sanders. If you guys are younger, you know, I really would encourage you guys to go back and watch some of these guys that we're talking about. Bob Sanders was a very fun player to watch. Very fun.
I would love to know like who your safeties were growing up. Anybody watching, like who were the guys? Like everyone's got a Bob Sanders who made you fall in love that time will forget. Like time will forget Bob's. Like one day he'll be an answer like this Colts player won Defensive Player of the Year in 2007. It's like who? Like Robert Mathis? Like no, it's Bob Sanders.
Right.
Big dreams, everything ain't what it seems. Glittering gold both ways. Not on my team. This organic.